I've been a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog pretty much my whole life. We got a Mega Drive when it first came out, and we got Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's when I first realized that these video game things are pretty damn good. And then I read Sonic the comic religiously, and I used to draw a hell of a lot of Sonic. Like, I've always been a fan of Sonic. So, of course, when I hear they're making a film about Sonic, I wanted to be cautiously optimistic, but I'm too realistic, you see. So, my initial reaction was, oh no, it's going to be awful. Because it's a video game film, and they are almost always awful, made by people who don't have a clue about what makes the game awesome. Generally, right? I would love for this film to be awesome. I don't think it will be. So, I heard that it was going to be live action, and my reaction was, oh no. I did a whole video about that, but to summarize, he's a cartoon character, he should be in a cartoon. Full stop. Anything else is going to look dumb. And then there came that infamous image of Jim Carrey as Robotnik, or so we thought. Doing research for this video, I found out that it actually wasn't Jim Carrey as Robotnik. It's some other actor playing some character we don't know yet, and they haven't shown off Robotnik yet, which is really good because he looked nothing like Robotnik, and that's what people were complaining about. He looked nothing like Robotnik, so hopefully Robotnik will still look like Robotnik. I like Jim Carrey. I grew up loving Ace Ventura and The Mask and all that business. So when I heard Jim Carrey was being cast as Robotnik, I was like, huh, a glimmer of hope. Because 20 years ago I liked him. You know, it could be awesome. So there's that Dr. Robotnik image. I can't complain about that anymore, which is a good thing, because the fears were misplaced. But then there's that image going around of, or it was going around, of a guy wearing a green screen suit driving an SUV. And it was like, oh no, Sonic's going to drive a car. Why though? He runs real fast. And yes, he drives cars in Sonic and All-Stars Racing, but that's because it is a racing tournament where they all race in cars or vehicles. This is a film. Sonic shouldn't be driving, but now this is the thing. But we don't know that's going to be Sonic. It could be any CGI thing behind the wheel of that car. So throw that out. You know, I'm not going to hold that against the film. Throw the Robotnik one out because it's no longer justified to be scared about that. Throw this Sonic driving a car one out the window because that's might not be true either. It probably is. Might not be. But then there's the main issue of it being set in a real world where Sonic is helping a sheriff for some reason. Like, Sonic should be in a world where him and his friends fight against the tyranny of Robotnik, not living in a human world where he has to team up with police who will, and correct me if I'm wrong here, only slow him down? Because Sonic's thing, I don't know if the guys who make this film are aware, but Sonic's thing is that he's fast. Team him up with a human, he's going to be slow. Unless he can grab that human and run with him real fast, which will break his arm and shatter all his bones and everything, but whatever, who cares? It's not like they chose a realistic setting for this film. Oh wait, they did. For some reason. So there's that. And get this, he's not the sheriff. He's not the sheriff of Green Hill, which would have been kind of annoying already because the Green Hill Zone is like, there's no buildings there, there's no humans, it's just Green Hills, hence the goddamn name. He's not the sheriff of Green Hill. He's the sheriff of Green Hills. And I know that is a tiny, tiny petty thing to be hung up on, but if you can't get something as simple as the most famous level, the most famous setting in the whole of the 25 plus years of Sonic's history, you can't get the goddamn name right, you call it Green Hills? But whatever. They can be in a place called Green Hills and the film could still be good. That's not even the right button. I need this open. There we go. So this is the sheriff. That'll be the main character in this Sonic film. Most likely. It's probably going to be a case of the first half an hour is just him, setting him up. No one's going to care about him, but they're probably just going to be setting him up for some reason. And then they're going to, like, I don't know, maybe keep teasing Sonic, and then eventually he'll turn up, and it's like, oh, the guy the entire film should be about and should have started with him. But you know what? I'm bitching about something I don't know is actually true, so I should reel that back. I don't know that's how it's going to be. Probably will be, though, because why is Sonic teaming up with a human? This sheriff. How is this sheriff going to be comparable to Sonic when battling Dr. Robotnik? What's he going to do? Arrest Robotnik? Even then, Sonic could do that faster. Shouldn't be teamed up with a human. There's the SUV that some crazy thing is driving. The point of this video is that they revealed... Well, they didn't really reveal. They showed like an outline, basically, of Sonic's new design. And here's a question. Why does he need a new design? Why? He's fine. His design's fine. It's been established for years. Why have they redesigned him? Oh, I remember now. In my previous video where I bemoaned it being set in a real-world location, maybe not a real-world location, but being set in, like, the real world, if you see what I'm saying, that they were either going to have to make him look like a cartoon, which I said at the time would look dumb, and it would, because it's in real-world location. That's the main problem with everything. Or they're going to have to make him some sort of weird, realistic-looking thing, and it seems like they've gone the weird, realistic-looking thing. And it's so bad. It's like everything about it is wrong. It's so bad. I can't believe they're making a Sonic film, and I'm not going to see it. It's going to come out, and everyone's going to say how awful it is, and then I won't see it. If it comes out and people say, it's actually not bad, then I'll go see it. But until someone says anything other than, it's awful, I ain't going to see it, am I? Because everything I've seen so far makes it look like it's going to be awful. So let's see the picture then. I'm sure you've all seen it by now. Boom! There it is. There's your Sonic the Hedgehog. So, let me count the ways this is wrong. Okay, so first of all, he's got fur. Wrong. Just wrong. I read one of the quotes from the director, and he said something like, well, you know, we feel if it was just skin, it would be weird that he's running around naked. Yeah, he's still running around naked. You've just put fur on him for some reason. Now he looks stupid. He's supposed to have spikes. He shouldn't have fur. Why does he have fur? Well, I know why he has fur, because you think he'd look dumb if he didn't. Guess what? Looks dumb if he does. Right? Look at the trainers. Not remotely like Sonic's trainers. They are red with white on them. They're the same colour as Sonic's trainers. I will give them that. The same colour. But they look like normal trainers, not Sonic's famous trademark sneakers. Famous design. Out the window, because... why would you need to adhere to the source material in any way? His arms are blue. Shouldn't be. His arms are skin-coloured. Just like his mouth is, and his belly is. His arms are skin-coloured. Not in this film. Nope. They're blue. Covered in fur. Doesn't look like he's wearing gloves. His hands look a little bit small, because, you know, Sonic, you know, being a cartoon character, he's got, like, oversized hands and feet. I didn't mention that. The feet look kind of small. Doesn't look like he's wearing gloves, and it looks like maybe the hands are going to be skin-coloured. But the arms aren't. It's bewitching how bizarre these design choices are. I mean, look at the absolute ripped definition in those legs. Like, yeah, maybe if it was a real freakish creature that they're creating that existed, maybe it would have, like, buffed legs. But Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't. Let me show you, right, Mr. Director, was it from the director of Fast and the Furious? Which one? I don't know. I didn't even watch Fast and the Furious. I stopped after 2. But, Mr. Director, I know you're watching this. Let me show you a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog, the character you've named this film after, but apparently don't know who he is. Also, the tagline, a whole new speed of hero. Except, it's not new, been around for like 25 years, and the Flash is faster, so... whatever. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. Look. Big hands, big feet, no fur, skin-coloured arms. Look at those trainers. Classic trademark trainers. Classic. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. That is Sonic the Hedgehog. I've already seen that picture. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. Look at all these pictures. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. Kind of, because I've just realised that's the one from Sonic Boom, and he does have blue arms, and that's kind of wrong. But yeah, again, that was a redesign that was unneeded, and looked rubbish, quite frankly. So this is Sonic the Hedgehog, right? He doesn't have buff, ripped legs. He's a cartoon character. He's got cartoon character legs. That's Sonic the Hedgehog. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Are they going to show it in the film? They'll be like, what's that? And then you like see a flash past the camera, and they're like, oh, what is that? It's the blue blur or some. I don't know. I keep coming up. I'm just spit. I'm almost lost for words. I'm trying to start 20 sentences at once because it's so. I can't believe you've done this, producer, not even director, producer of the Fast and Furious. Like that means anything. I can't believe you've done this. It's going to be awful. I wish it isn't, but it will be. Look at that. It's like they went out of their way to just piss off the fan base. Like, maybe this film's made by Sega. I just realized, maybe it's made by Sega. That would explain, like, get rid of that shit. That would explain why it's awful. Because Sega tend to go, oh, here's a Sonic product. Awful when they touch it. You know, I'm just a 33-year-old guy complaining about an animated hedgehog. So take what I'm complaining about with a pinch of salt. And obviously, I'm not, like, super angry and upset. And I'm not going to boycott anyone. I'm just going to not watch the film unless people actually say it's not rubbish. I'm just, like I say, I'm not angry. Just disappointed. Because I've been a lifelong fan of Sonic. And this is the monstrosity that they chose to bring to screen. You only get one shot at making a first film. The Simpsons did it and barely got away with it. Barely. That film was okay. Should have come out 10 years before it did, but they got away with it. Mario tried it. Oh, no. We haven't seen a Mario film since. They are making a new Mario film, by the way. Completely CGI, which is a good thing. Made by the people that did the Minions, which is a bad thing. So, I don't know what to expect of that, but I'm expecting better of that than this Sonic film. You know why? Because they understand that Mario's a cartoon, and he belongs in a cartoon. They don't try and put him in a realistic world, team him up with someone that's only going to slow him down, which is the opposite of what he does. He goes fast. And they're teaming him up with someone that's going to slow him down. It's just so disappointing that one of my favorite characters, full stop, full stop, is gonna be is just in this film, which again could be good. Chances are it's going to be a garbage fire, and I'm yet to see a reason to think otherwise.